Welcome to another episode of The Power of a 5-Minute Conversation. I'm your host, Sheral Devaughn, and I'm excited to have my dear friend with me today. He is a maverick in the sports medicine and holistic health field. He has had a 30-plus year career working with professional athletes and elite sports professionals. You have a multidiscipline practice, and you are the owner of Chiro Fitness Rehabilitation.
That's true. Yeah. And
You are a maverick. You are my buddy, Jim Doc Weathers.
thank you.
Doc-
And Maverick, huh?
A maverick, if you
Maverick,
will.
all right.
Well, you are, because you don't do things like, you're not just a basic chiropractor.
No. My training is more advanced through the years. I mean, it didn't just start out that way. But yeah, we had more and more training, more and more experience, just kind of up each level, and went from actually pediatrics was how I started, and now I work with pro and elite athletes, keeping them in the game until they're ready to leave on their own terms.
Okay, so what makes you different than others that are working with athletes?
Well, when I started my multidisciplinary practice, I mean, again, that grew. We had various forms of therapists. We had 8 massage therapists in our office. We had a variety of fitness trainers with fitness courses, and I had physical therapists in our office. I did the physical medicine with the chiropractic as well as some of the PT, and we worked with quite a few sports teams. And so again, all that started integrating more and more together, and the practice started getting more and more known. And the training, again, just the reputation got out there as we got more involved with the schools and colleges and eventually the pros.
I think what makes you so different is you're able to help not just athletes, but regular people like me heal faster
Yes,
and perform better.
yes.
What would you say is the key to that?
Well, and again, even though I work with those elite athletes, we take those same principles and we bring them to.
What do you call those principles? What do you, is it biohacking?
I see where you're going with this. Okay, yes, we do a lot of the biohacking. It's ways to enhance the body to either perform better or to recover quicker. And it's different ways of again, getting the cellular structure to respond to the body's needs.
How would you explain that to somebody who isn't quite familiar with biohacking?
Well, most of us, we do drive cars,
Right.
and we have those maintenance that happens every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. And so that's kind of like going to your regular doctor or getting those checkups. And sometimes something happens, you go to the mechanic and they fix it, and that's kind of like when my athletes come in, there's an injury. But if you're looking for that performance aspect, it's kind of like taking a regular car and putting more of a fuel injection in that engine. The engine's still the car's still the same, but now it performs a little bit at a higher level. They had those Fast and Furious movies. You'd see those guys putting nitrous on there to make the cars go.
Yeah.
So in a sense, that biohacking is also doing things like that to make the engine perform faster. Like I was saying, with our office, with our athletes, we'd help them recover quicker or perform better.
Now, with all of your innovative biohacking techniques and your success, it hasn't always been so easy and so successful, has it?
Well, I mean, it was one of those things that the notoriety was getting there. We're getting more and more referrals. We had major hospitals working with us. And at one point, actually right before, I used to practice in Chicago for most of those years. And right before I moved back to Colorado, as everything was growing, it's like you hit a brick wall and the floors just fell out from underneath it. And it kind of took me by surprise, but it also was one of those situations that just kept piling on.
Would you say the key to your success was with the people that you could lean on?
Yeah, it was interesting. I had some friends, and again, I always talk about trying to stay in the pack, not to be that lone wolf. But I had some friends to help focus me a bit and help me through those moments.
If people want to reach out to you to learn more about what you do within your practice or to hear your motivational story, your unique story on the in a professional setting as a speaker, how can they reach you?
Well, it's hard to reach me in some ways because of my interconnections of what I do in the sports medicine directly.
Sure.
But I am on social media, all the social media platforms, and Chiro Fitness and Rehabilitation. Just look that up, and you'll find us on the social medias. And every one of us has a contact and a message, and we respond to those.
So Chiro Fitness,
Chiro Fitness.
And Jim Doc Weathers.
Jim Doc Weathers is another one. Yeah, if you're reaching me personally.
Doc, it's always a pleasure to be able to chat with you and hang out. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
It was my pleasure.
And thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Power of a 5-Minute Conversation.